Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel Vortigon Gaming. Let's run some Mythic Plus dungeons in World of Warcraft. Today we are going to be running a Shadowmoon Burial Grounds level 16 as an Arcane Mage. The weekly affixes are Fortified, Bursting, Explosive, and Thundering. I will be doing my best to give a live commentary of the dungeon run. If you are into that kind of content, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, first thing first, I'm noticing that I do not have Fire Blast, I believe that's what it's called, on my toolbar. And this is something that's important to have on your toolbar as an Arcane Mage, seeing as there's really not much in the Arcane Mage spellbook to actually deal with... oh, that's the wrong tab. Nope. Okay, spellbook, there we go. There's not really much in the Arcane Mage spellbook to actually deal with the explosives other than Fire Mage. So it is important to have that on your toolbar before you go into the dungeon. But you know what? This first pull wasn't too bad, so that did give me a little bit of time to, you know, put it back on to my toolbar. I think we are going to be going left. Typically, when I run this dungeon, our groups skip this patrol right here. Alright, and if I do need it, I do have invisibility, greater invisibility, and I can pop it.
Rise in the name of darkness. Rise in the name of Ner'zhul.
Not sure why they stopped right there. I thought she was going to pull that patrol, but she did not. So we're going to go ahead and go in. I will go ahead and you know, we'll do a burn. Hopefully someone can get that explosive taken care of. Good, okay. Go ahead and throw another barrage there. Alright. So the main way to play Arcane Mage is... Well, Arcane Mage has two phases. You have the burn phase, what's called the burn phase, and then you have what's called the conserve phase. The burn phase basically amounts to you know, putting this radiant spark on the target and using 4 spells on that target, and then on the 5th spell after you apply radiant spark, you throw in a barrage. And then, one of the barrages that you throw in, you apply Touch of the Magi to that target as well. And the idea is that Radiant Spark and Touch of the Magi give you a window of opportunity to do as much damage as possible. And most of your damage, and that way most of your damage is actually going to come from the burn phase because of that Radiant Spark and Touch of the Magi mechanic. And after the burn phase is done, you go into what's known as the conserve phase, which is basically use your mana in such a way that you have enough, oh, okay, I'm not quite sure why I didn't react earlier to that. I couldn't really see the, is he going to, no, okay, we'll just release, it's fine. I can walk back. But yeah, I was saying the conserve phase is basically just you save your mana, or you use your spells in such a way that you have enough mana for the next burn phase. I know I'm not going into too much detail about how the rotation works for Arcane Mage, but the thing is, it's level 16. It's a level 16 dungeon. I feel like as long as you get the gist of how to play your class properly and just don't die to mechanics in the dungeon, you should be fine. Alright. Hopefully I can get back in time where I can actually do some damage to this mob. I can help my team with this mob. Looks like they're having...
The elements answer to me!
Do have the Thundering Affix on me, so I'm going to need to get there as quickly as I can. Hopefully there is someone with a... Oh, do want to interrupt Shadowmoon. Okay, there's no one with a, whatchamacallit? A lightning orb above their head. Alright. Let's just go ahead and throw the barrage in, I think we're fine. And, you know what? We can also, I feel like we can also, try to farm some Arcane Harmony stacks. Which, what I want is these clear casting proc, it's that little crescent. You'll notice every time I cast Arcane Missiles, it adds a stack to this thing called, it adds a stack to this thing called Arcane Harmony, which buffs my next barrage. And that is important to have whenever you go into the burn phase for Arcane Mage, since most of the damage, I'd say most of the damage during the burn phase is going to come from one of the barrages that you throw in during the Radiant Spark window, right? Anyway, we are here at the first boss. This is usually a hero on pull type of boss, so I'll see what happens. But we'll go ahead and hit it. I think step outside of the swirling, we target the boss right here. We are being benefited, or the Thundering Affix is benefiting our DPS right now. Although I think we did get it dispelled on ourselves, so alright, this should be fine. The ad is going to come out. We are going to have to deal with that. I can take care of the explosive right here. The ad is out. Let's go ahead and focus the ad. Alright, the ad should be dying fairly quickly. We still have hero, and we are all focusing it right there. She's going to do Dark Eclipse in, I want to say like 5 seconds. Okay, maybe 10 seconds. We'll go ahead and take care of the explosion since no one's really near that. She's already halfway down, which is pretty good. We'll be looking for the white rune. There it is. Let's go ahead and mark over, and then once that's done, we can actually go ahead right into another burn phase. Alright, someone's taking care of the, you know, we'll just go ahead and barrage early. We are kind of running out of mana, and oh, you know what? I forgot to hit Shifting Power to get some of my cooldowns back. I was wondering where my evocation went. We can use evocation to get our mana back. And you know what? We'll go ahead and focus the ad, since I don't think we have enough DPS or time to take care of the boss before this mechanic is up. But you know what? As we're focusing, okay, never mind. The druid took care of the dispel on the what do we call it? The Thundering Affix. I was gonna say let's move over to the druid to take care of that dispel, but you know it's been taken care of. And you know what? I think this burn is actually going to do it. The boss should die during this burn. Let's just go find a white rune just in case. And then this is going to do it for boss number 1. Go ahead, slash cheer, move on to the next part of the dungeon. Right. So it might not have been the greatest start to this dungeon, seeing as I did die on a kind of embarrassing trash mob to die on. Don't interrupt domination. Yeah, so that's a thing we want to watch out for. I don't really interrupt anything here. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take care of, what I do want to do is take care of the explosions. And you know what? Let's do an AoE burn. Okay. And then we'll actually throw Barrage on spell number 2, and then we'll throw another Barrage on spell number 5 after the Radiant Spark. Basically, the whole idea with Arcane Mage is, you know, the burn phase, it's all about counting to 4 in that Radiant Spark, window. So sometimes I do like to joke and call Arcane Mage the musician Spec. You know, based on the whole, you know, counting to 4 joke. Oh yeah, we can also hit Shifting Power to get some more cooldowns back. That would be useful. Although, maybe, you know what, I will save my cooldowns for the next pull. I don't think it's important to use it here since this dude is already dead. Yeah, he's going to be dead right now. I believe some ghosts are going to spawn from those graves next to the Exhumer. And you know what we can do is we can target them, and we can actually spell steal the shields really quick. Take care of those. The death blasts coming from them are actually things that we want to watch out for, but you know what? We'll go ahead and use a burn on this ad just to get this ad down quickly so we can move on to the next part. Alright. So we don't have to like waste our interrupts on this void pool. I would like to have those interrupts available for the next pull. And as always, the best interrupt on any target is to simply kill them. Which is what I did there, to interrupt that last
Your
void.
undying souls will fuel my ascension.
We'll go ahead and focus the Exhumed Spirit. I'll go ahead and hit evocation to some of that mana.
I need to target something first.
We've got the Thundering Affix out. I'll be looking to dispel it on the dragon over here to my right. Or the dragon can run in and dispel it on the druid. You know, whichever works. It is important to kind of look at everyone else's positioning to make sure that you're all in a position to easily dispel that. You don't want to get caught out during an affix. And, you know, have it stun you during an affix, because that would be really bad. I do have my Time Warp available, and I'm also using the talent that gives me personal bloodlust, so I can go ahead and pop it right here. Even though I do have the temporal displacement, debuff on, I can still use Bloodlust on myself, which is cool, which means I'm going to be getting quite a bit of damage coming out of here. Alright, we'll throw that in. This dragon's doing quite a bit of damage. Seems to be a little bit higher than me when it comes to IO. Okay, we're going to focus our soul. Should be able to take care of the soul pretty easily. Okay, here we go. I'll go ahead and hit shifting power to get some of my cooldowns back. And after that we can, okay. Explosion is taken care of. Let's go ahead and go into a burn. I don't really have too much mana for this burn. I'm probably going to have to hit evocation at the end of this. Okay, we'll just throw that in there. Oh, okay, I forgot to hit Touch of the Magi. You know what? Probably should have hit evocation before applying Touch of the Magi, but you know what? It's fine. This boss is going to be going down in about, I want to say 10 seconds. Oh, okay, maybe 15. I did have to dodge that swirly there, but you know what? We should be fine. You know what? Let's try to be a bit more conservative with our mana usage. So I am switching up my spell priority. Again, I don't want to go too much into the spell priority here.
You are just
partially because I don't.
Swarming to the
I probably should go back and look at the guide to figure out what the spell priority is for the conserve base. But also, it's not really that important on a dungeon as low 16. Anyway, we did beat that boss, so I went ahead and slashed here, and now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next part of the dungeon. Alright, I think we can get away with using Arcane Surge on this burn. Alright. Throw it in.
The elements answer to me!
This should be, we'll throw in an orb. Maybe Barrage as well. I am looking for someone with an orb on their head. Okay, that's going to be the Druid right there. Alright. Let's go ahead and focus the Dominator. I think that should be good.
I need a target.
The Evoker is doing quite a bit of work here. I'd say the Evoker's I think the Evoker's kind of carrying this group. Because you see he's, you know, it's topping the damage charts consistently on both the trash mobs and the boss. But sometimes you do get lucky like that, where you get someone who's kind of, you know, outperforming everyone else and making up for any deficits that anyone else has. Which is nice, right? But the thing is that the most reliable way to have that happen to you, where you do get some competent players, is you just run as many mythic dungeons as you can. Personally, I like to run at least enough for the vault at the bare minimum, right? Every single week, I run enough dungeons so I get all 3 of my vault slots filled up. And I mean, that's really the important part with, you know, improving your O score and getting better at Mythic Plus is just run consistently, run every day, run every other day if you have any time. You know, it doesn't have to be that many dungeons a day, maybe like 1 or 2. And you know, sometimes I'll run for like 3 hours and I'll brick every key. But then usually what happens is the next day, you know, I make up for it by some really good runs the next day. So, you know, if you do happen to, you know, run Mythic Plus dungeons on one day where you can't get a key timed, or you can't even get a key finished, you know, it happens. And you just take a break and try again tomorrow. Anyway, we are going to have to interrupt. Okay, I was a little bit late on the interrupt on Necrotic Burst, but you know, hopefully we can actually burn the spider down before the Necrotic Burst comes out again. Or maybe I could use Shifting Power to try to get my cooldown for the counter spell back. That way we can interrupt the Necrotic Burst next time it happens.
Marked by lightning.
Okay, never mind. I was not expecting the other spider to cast Necrotic Burst first. I was kind of focused on the, you know, the spider was attacking, but you know what, it's fine. We are going to clear this pack pretty cleanly.
I don't have a target.
And then we're moving on to the worms right here. So you know what? We'll go ahead and use a cooldown. Oh, I do want to dodge that though. That might throw off the timing of my cooldown. I don't know if I have enough time to finish it. You know what? I should have enough time to throw in the barrage. There we go. Alright, I'm looking out for the body slam again. Make sure to sidestep that. We'll throw in the barrage again. Take care of the explosive. Okay, someone's taking care of the explosive. You know, I'm not being too diligent with kind of setting a focus on my targets. It's important to have the nameplates of whatever target you're trying to do damage to somewhere easy to click, so that when you do have to deal with the explosives, I mean, you have to target the explosives. And then once you deal with the explosives, you have to switch back to the target that you were targeting. And so if you have a priority target, it's good to, you know, have a way to easily switch back to, you know, the target that you want to attack, right? Alright, we'll go ahead and position ourselves over near the dragon so that we can dispel the Thundering Affix pretty cleanly. Alright, we'll put a set focus on the back just in case we do need to take care of an explosive. Alright, we'll go ahead and set focus while we're doing damage to the worm. And that is unfortunate. Our tank is in the water. But you know what? It's fine. We will just sit here. We will just hang out. Oh, okay. I do need to blink over a little bit so I don't get hit by body slam. Alright, our tank's back up. Throw in another orb. I am running on fumes right now, trying to fish for some clear casting procs, so I can use arcane missiles without worrying about the thing too much. But you know what? We have our 20 stacks of arcane. I think we have to get this guy down to 20% health before he goes back into the water. There it is. We'll go ahead and dispel on the... Who's it back there? The druid. Stack on melee, that is right. I am not sure I want to use hero on this fight. Maybe the evoker will use hero, but okay, when Corpse Breath comes out, we're gonna go ahead and sidestep that. And then once it's in, we'll go ahead and jump in. He is going to start inhaling the enemies. This is a good time for a burn. Alright. Go ahead and throw it in. Is he going to dip below the surface right now? I don't think so. He is going to do body slam, which I'm going to want to sidestep right there. That'd be good. Okay, the worms are out. I think it's important that we focus one of them down. Okay, we've got people focused on two different worms. You know what? I don't think this is the most ideal strategy, but it is only a fortified week, so it shouldn't be too bad. This worm that I'm attacking right now is going to go down pretty quickly.
Marked by lightning!
We can actually go ahead and move over to... Yeah, I'll go ahead and dispel the... the Thundering Affix on our target. And then inhale is going to happen in a couple seconds. We'll go ahead and, you know what? We will actually hold off on the... on the burn phase, since he is going to dip below the water right after he does inhale. Okay, we'll go ahead and blink right out of there. And every time he dips below the water, he actually resets the nameplate, so I have to put a focus on him like every single... Actually, you know what? We'll wait for Arcane Surge to come out. Okay, I think Arcane Surge is going to come out. We'll go ahead and use Arcane Surge. Alright. When Inhale comes out, we can kind of just step back into into the Corpse Breath.
The elements answer to me!
I don't know if he's going to do it anytime soon. Okay, there we go. Let's get into the Corpse Puddle. Actually dispel the Thundering Affix while we're on that, and then you know what? This was not a great time for a burn, but I am committing to it. Hopefully we can at least get the the barrage off before he goes back into the depths. He is going to appear right there, and that's going to do it for the third boss. So let's give ourselves a slash cheer and move on to the last part of the dungeon. Go ahead and set focus on the corpse spider. We do want to interrupt necrotic burst when it comes out. Let's go ahead and throw in a barrage right there. Explosive needs to be taken care of. You know what? One of the bursts did go off, but you know what? We are in the druid circle, so we should be fine. Explosive needs to be taken care of. Okay. We're expecting a necrotic burst from the other spider. Should we... You know what? I'll do it, just to make sure these guys go down fairly quickly. This should about do it for this pull. Might have been a little bit of a waste of a burn, but you know what? It's fine. We still have 12 minutes left in the dungeon, and we have hero up for the last boss. And also we have a dragon that's hard carrying us with some massive DPS, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, I don't think. And that's kind of the thing with explosive weeks, is that as long as you have competent teammates, explosive weeks are easy. But that's mainly because the main strategy for Arcane Mage during explosive weeks is hope that your team is good enough to handle the explosives for you, since really all you have is a Fire Blast. Arcane Blast, oh, we got a man down, but the, whatchamacallit, the spawn point is nearby, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I am going to have to do some dodging here. What? Did I lag or something? I don't know what happened. Either way, though, it's not. I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. I think they're keeping the pull alive, and they should be able to handle the rest of that pull by themselves. But as I was saying, with the explosives, Arcane Blast takes too long to cast on the explosives. Arcane Barrage wastes too much DPS on the explosives, which don't really need that much DPS. Arcane Missiles waste too much mana, and Arcane Explosion can't even target the explosives. So basically, you know, you have to look elsewhere in your spellbook for any spells that can help you with the explosives. And you know, the one I prefer, I prefer Fire Blast over, what's the other one? I think it's Frostbolt. Frostbolt has a cast time. Fire Blast is just, you know, click it, and then, or, you know, activate. Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and skip the cutscene here. The only downside is Fire Blast is on a 10-second cooldown, but other than that, it's pretty good at dealing with explosives. Anyway, I think this is going to be a hero on pull type of fight. We'll go ahead and hit Evocation. And then once I'm done with Evocation, we'll go ahead and hero. I'm not going to go into a burn phase until the Ion Cannon from the sky comes down somewhere. I think it's going to drop on me. There it is. Okay, we can go into a burn phase now. I'm going to use Arcane Surge as the 4th spell after Radiant Spark application. Let's go ahead and throw in the Barrage. Alright. Ads are out. We are going to want to focus one of these. Okay. Let's go ahead and focus this one. I think this is fine. Okay. Alright. I think shifting power is okay to use here. The Ion Cannon is coming out in a couple seconds. Let's see where it drops. There it is. We'll go ahead and blink over. I do need to try to bait the Ion Cannon. Okay, we'll go ahead and do a burn. I have a feeling the Ion Cannon is going to come out during the burn. There we go. I am saving. I'm trying to save my blinks for the Ion Cannon so I can quickly get away from it. It does do quite a bit of AoE damage the nearer you are to it. So it's important that I get away from it. You know what? I think we have time to do Evocation right here. All of our DPS are up. Oh, we do have to dodge that. All of our DPS are up. It is a Fortified week, so it's not going to be too hard dealing with these ads. We should be able to break this one down fairly quickly, and then we can actually go back to focusing on the boss. We'll dodge this first and then move back into position when that's done. And the boss should be down in about, I want to say like 10 seconds, right? We'll just do one final burn. Alright. We'll throw in a Barrage for good measure, and then that should do it for Shadowmoon Burial Grounds level 16. We'll go ahead and slash G. Thank everyone for a good run, and even congratulate them for beating the timer We got a +2 right there with an IO increase of 11. Alright. And of course we are a mage, so the common courtesy is to give everyone a portal back to the main hub of the expansion. And that's going to about do it here for this video. So if you like what you saw, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see me run any more dungeons from Dragonflight Mythic Plus Season 1, feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know which dungeon in the roster you'd like to see me run, and hopefully I can get around to posting a VOD of that run for that dungeon that you've requested. And that's going to about do it here, so I hope you all had fun watching this video, and I will see you all later.